Alright, so we're back and we're loading up. In case you're wondering what's going on, yes, I'm syncing my data, right? The Xbox Series X, that's the one we're playing on right now. That one is where we're going to do our Nova Blaze. And we are, let's see, Starfield's interactive. We found a different one. It's a little bit better. I believe. Watch, I'll go in there and find out that was the one that was better. Because I believe this rebalance one took a lot of the reactors up to 72. The other one I found basically just added 50% power to all the existing reactors. So it boosted it, but it didn't like double or triple, some of the reactors. Like we had some A reactors that were 68 power instead of, the regular 9. So that was way more, So, as a matter of fact, let's just double check real quick here. Oh, see, it's a B reactor with 70 power. Wow. Thought it would be lower. Thought it would be bigger. But nope, it is worth smaller. So, but you know what? I'm not gonna talk about it. We'll figure something out. I might even downsize it, just for the sake. Because it's just a little, yes, it's a little old. So, what can we do? Alright, I do want to double check some things. Check the settings real quick here. XP slider, plus 100%. We're going to knock that down to 50. So we got extreme enemy combat damage. That's the most damage the enemy can deal out. I have not put me at extreme damage that I deal out because I still want to kill them. I don't know that I'm good enough to be extreme. These two, I don't mess with. Yeah, just leave it. Because the ship combat at times can be hard already. And if I find that it's just way too easy and I'm just taking things out, then I'll up my player ship damage to hard or very hard, so that I'm doing less damage. So I gotta hit more times to do damage to them. But I don't feel like I'm not taking a significant amount of damage when it's happening, so that doesn't bother me at all. I cut the crafting cost in half. Also, just one of the things, and it may be, and I don't know that I can get to it from here. And yeah, no, I can't. But real quick here, it may crash with me, so bear with me. But I just wanted to go over some of the mods that are in here real quick and kind of talk to them real quick here, just so people know what's going on and what's helping me play this game and do as well as I am, and then also letting me know which mods might need to go, right? The ones that I'm not using. So you got the community patch and the unofficial patches. They're supposed to be comprehensive fixes for the game, right? Bethesda doesn't fix their own game. We do the patching and help fix it. Now this one, the extended craftable quality. That's where you get the mod 1, mod 2, mod 3, right? That's where you can change your weapon and make it more powerful. So if you find one gun, you can actually hold on to that gun, and as you improve your skills, you can improve the gun, right? And that way the weapon stays with you, because you might find what is a weapon you like and you modded it out the way you want it, and then with the legendary mod I'll show you a little later that takes the legendaries off of weapons and allows you to add them to others. You could get the build out that you want with the one weapon or two weapons and say, okay, this is what I'm going to stay with. And then as I get better, I can mod those and increase their right and make them more powerful as I go up in level. So they kind of level up with you, right? But you have to manually go in and craft that. Same here. It gives you different things. I think this one is one for your armor, your clothing, and stuff like that. The Dark Universe Crossfire, that's all part of the Dark Star manufacturing and everything like that. I believe this one is the one that may, I'm not sure what it does for you yet. Oh, the key thing, and then right here, line 2, right? Or line 4, Dark Universe. Crossfire adds new encounters to space in the form of point of interest. This is the key one right here. This one makes space so much fun. And when you're out there, you just go out to a planet, you zoom out into that particular solar system, and then you got all kinds of points of interest, all to go check out, and just urgent distress signal, things like that. And then you can go and you got what's the thing called? Powerful faction signatures, things like that. This is what does that for you, and you can just sit there for an hour, 2 hours, just back and forth between the planets, just going in there and skirmishing. And then that, to me, that was one way to get my piloting up real quick, just back and forth, and then also, I think I had like 13 ships in my fleet, and that's where they came from, just those points of interest. Because sometimes you'll get somewhere and it's an urgent distress signal or a faint signal, right? It'll say that, faint signal, right? And you go there, and there's 2 enemies that are still flying around that you have to battle. Once you play with them, there's a kind of I don't want to call it a derelict ship, but there's a ship that's got no power, and there's enemies on board, but it's not operational. So you can just board that ship, kill everybody on board, right? It sounds awful, but then you kill all the baddies on board, and then you can take the ship and add it to your fleet. So that, to me, this was one of the best mods that I put on these right here. These are like some of the best mods. This one too, the environmental seal. You get in there, and then you can add things, and what it does is it boosts the your thermal, your radiation, your corrosive, and your airborne resistances on your suit, right? And then so it makes you just a little hardier when you go out to a planet or an extreme environment, things like that. And it gives you a little bit more time, I think, before your suit depletes, right? So nothing more than getting somewhere and then all of a sudden your suit depletes, and next thing you know, you're running for your life, or like sometimes you'll board a ship, and the ship just has this extreme environment inside it. You can just see yourself, your health just dwindling down as you're on it. So this one gives you a little bit more time, but it doesn't fully make you so that you're impervious to it. It just extends the amount of time that you have. More just high credit, yeah. Those credit sticks with 100 credits on it. This one 5, 10, and 25. So, and you can probably see this in game. This one, I thought I actually took it off in my playthrough, so I haven't taken it. I guess I haven't taken it off yet. Just easier companion affinity. I find you don't need it. They're gonna love you no matter what. You just have to just make the right choices. This one, I don't even know. I don't know because haven't gotten there yet to really experience if it's doing anything for me. So I don't know. You see this one is not active. I don't need it. Then this one just boosts the vendor credits to a level that makes it so that it's not so annoying, and it kind of eliminates that whole wait 24, wait 48 hours thing for you. This is the recycler, right? This is the recycler where you can take your stuff and break it down like you could in Fallout, right? You could break down everything and get your resources from. Well, that's what does that for you. This is a kind of a cheat thing, and I thought I took it out, but it's still there. But it just gives you, basically, it just gives you med packs and money credits at the start of the game when you first get into the lodge. This one is kind of actually more annoying than anything, because what it does is it keeps the followers close to you, and they always get in your line of sight. They're always there, and it's like, I'm trying to scan, guy, and it registers you. More survey missions doesn't really do anything. This one just basically changes some of the things on certain skills. It just makes them more, right? The immersive looting, that's to me is like the I'm gonna put this like the second or third best mod there, because what this does is it allows you to hit wide, and that takes all the stuff off the person, and you can take, now you can take their armor, their weapons, everything, every time, right? Not have to worry about what it is dropping. Star shards, I know I took this one off, so the fact that it's still there is kind of annoying, but this is kind of like those, the warrior, the thief, the mage, the steed in Skyrim. I should get anything what they're calling it anymore. But when you go in and you choose one, and you can only have one active at a time. Say, the flashlight improved, huge, because you couldn't see anything with the other flashlight. This is just another weapon craft thing. It also does the same. This one helps you with the industrial bench. It makes the weapons craftable. I think this was just needed, and then this increases the cargo holds. Like basically, it's supposed to 2 times them. I didn't notice that really. And Tracker's Alliance, and then the Dark Star Astrodynamics. That they have a ship. I haven't even tried to fly it yet, or whatever with it, but that makes it a big. I could have sworn I got rid of that one. Yeah, this one is just OP weapons and money at the start. I just need the stuff in there. I might take the money. I think I probably did take the money. If I take the weapons, I'll take, and I don't even know what I did. I probably got them somewhere. If I did take them out. The food buffs, yeah, just makes the food buffs do a little bit more. You can see it was 5 for armor, now it's 20. It was 10 for backpack, right? Now it's 25. So it just makes them more. And then this one is kind of crucial if you want to, no matter what level your character is, it levels up everyone around, the universe. So you're no longer going to fight, at level 50. You're not going to be fighting, level 5 guy or something like that. So, and then there's another one that partners with that one. Now the wellness increase, I like it, but it does kind of make you tanky. It really does. It might be too much, but it's better than the original. So I like it. More loot. Just instead of one of the things you find, you find 5. Right? This one, I didn't know this was the one that I had, but, and then I think this is a little redundant at this point, because this one also aggressively levels your NPCs, right? I have to read this one because I didn't know that I had that one there. This one just adds a little extra stuff on it to her. The captain's locker just makes it infinite, right? But I don't really ever use it anyway, just don't want those. No angry companions. There's been times when I've accidentally shot somebody and then all of a sudden the companions are totally pissed at you, to the point where no matter what you do, for the longest time, they are mad. And it's like, no, that doesn't make sense. It was an accident, one, and it's 2 hours ago. You're still holding a grudge on it, so no. And this one is just better cargo halves again. lines, so that's a little redundant. So like, there's some cleanup that needs to happen. This one just increases the amount they give you. You see, it says 10 times. So instead of giving you one, one little plant or whatever, they give you 10 of them, right? Kind of make it useful in a way. This one, legendary module recycler. This allows you to take the mods off of the weapons and basically reuse them elsewhere, right? And then billboards and posters just give you some cool billboards and stuff like that. This skill point magazine, every time you pick it up, it gives you 5 skill points. So the hard part is to only pick it up one time. So it's like the your special magazine when you get to Sanctuary, when you pick it up and it lets you increase 1 skill. Well, this one gives you 5 skill points, and if you drop it again and pick it up again, it gives you 5 more. So the key is pick it up once and then store it away somewhere. You can't keep getting it and dropping it. Let's see, and then increase the payload skill. This upgrades the scavenging skill. This doesn't work. This one is just kind of an alpha, right? And they've only added, I think, 1 interest. So, standing stones. Those are the ones I was thinking of. The star shards should have been deleted a long time ago. Why is that still selected there? Crafting XP multiplied. It's a little OP. Gonna have to get rid of that one too. My price, no one dies. So that one, if anybody's watching and hasn't played through the game yet, spoiler alert, don't pay attention to this one. But this lets you choose if your significant other, you know what I'm saying? Or if no one. So you can choose someone different, or you can choose no one. So I haven't gotten there yet to see if it actually works and how it actually works yet. I just know it's in there and waiting for me. Just increases the bounties. See, I thought I took that out too. Man, I should have checked all these. This one, Astras, is part of that whole Trackers Alliance thing. So now, what happens is when you go and you are fighting the baddies and everything, and you go to a point of interest and you clear it out and you fight the main guy or the main bosses in that area, they'll drop 5 Astras for you. Let's see. This is also another one here. So when you land on the planet, instead of maybe 4 or 5 points of interest, this almost basically doubles it. So you'll have like 8 to 10 points of interest, a ton of points of interest when you land in that section, right? Remember, you land and then it's just a section of the planet that's available to you there. And if you lift off and then go to another part of the planet and land there. So what it does is increase the number of points of interest in that area. More presets. And you can see there, it just gives you 56 presets, so it increases it from 40 to 56. This allows you to have more than 10 ships. Increases from 500 to 1,000. And same here, this is just a starter bundle. And then this one. So every system you go to dynamically levels with you. So when you go to a new system and you're level 50, that system will also be level 50 or somewhere ranged. And it says here, if your character is level 50, then you will be surrounded by star systems ranging from 45 to 75, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be the same level as you. It might be higher, but it won't be, when you start out Souls like level 5 or level 1 or something like that. No. At some point in the game, Soul will be level 70. And you're like, yeah. So it makes it a lot more fun. This one increases the fed and hydration duration, right? Just half hour was just insanely just annoying. And then maybe if you only play for an hour at a time, it's not. But if you're playing 3-4 hour sessions, Yeah. After, it's annoying. This is just the starter bundle. This one just increases the well rested and emotional security, stuff. And then this is something to do with the ships. I put it on there because I didn't want to be without. Oh, here it is. It changes the amount of so it's your ship command skill. So so it just basically, I think, added 5 to the number at each level, right? So basically, you can have up to 28 maximum crew. These are just some gameplay tweaks. Makes the door a little faster, the waiting menu slower, faster, not slower. Reduces the number of scans 8 to 6. Now, even though it says it doubles the enemy armor drop chance, no point since we have the looter thing. So, that's why it's still there, because it's still on there. I knew it. I took the wrong one off. I told her not to put the. Yeah, I told you. It was either going to be that I chose it not to load the right one, but this one was still on here, so one would have probably, whatever order you're in, it would have overrode it. This one puts them in the right uniforms when you do the ground navigation, right? Because I think before they were in the Ranger uniform, and they're not Rangers, they're Freestar Militia, so they have their own uniform. This allows you to see the star names. And this increases the amount we get for surveys. And then this is that menu that we started out with, where it increases all the things you can do, crafting costs, things like that. It adds extra things to it. Dark Star manufacturing, we can do that. The Vulture patch for Dark Star. Better NPCs just makes them do things. If you ask some questions, they'll actually have stuff for you. And then one of the key things is to wait longer for you while you're in dialogue. Now, it doesn't really matter unless you're really having to make a tough choice. You don't know. So instead of chirping at you, they'll wait a little bit longer. And then this one, to me, is like, I think my 4th favorite. This is where when you go out and you eliminate everybody on the ship, you can choose to either sit in the seat to take the ship over, or you can sit in the seat to add it to your fleet. So you have those two options: sit or add to fleet. And when you choose the add to fleet, you can still take over the ship and now and make it your own ship right there, but you don't have to. And then what it does is it adds it to your fleet without you having to give up the ship that you are currently in or on, going around on, the one that you've already built up. And then so now you can go, and then you get up out of the seat, get back on your road ship, and then it'll make its way to wherever it needs to go. Alright, XP slider. That's that was where we can see do 50% or 100%. So 100% is doubling XP. And then once you get to 100, you can't go 150. And then it goes to 200. So it goes, 10 by 10s up to 100. And then 100, 200, 300, 400, all the way up to 500. So it's a little. If you want to level your guy up real fast, there you go. Transmission in the bottle. It is bare basics of an added quest line, right? Basically it gives you 3 points where you go to and you loot a chest. Of course, where you're going is full of baddies, and you have to get through all of them to get to the chest. This one, careful what you wish for, because it's smarter, so it hides your spacesuit everywhere you are. Even in times where you think, well, maybe my spacesuit should actually be on right now. But it hides it. So, you know, basically it says whenever you're on a breathable planet. So it's weird, but there you have it. This one doesn't work. This one I like because what it does is when it, instead of telling you you're hungry or you're malnourished or whatever, it says you're slightly hungry. You know, so it's doing it slower over time. So it gives you stages of hunger and stages of tired and stages of thirst, as opposed to you're dehydrated. You know, instantly. Better crown citizens. You know, basically it just changes and makes them do more stuff. This one, I've picked so many daggone locks on this thing so far. So now, if I had any suggestion to make, is that it almost seems like it's just as long as you have the skill for the lockpick, it works. So my thinking is it should fail and use another pick, right? And then so even if it does it, it should say 2 pictures or 3 pictures, you know, or says fail and you have to try again. One or the other, not just automatically, you know, I have the skill, it's going to work. Now, I think I read somewhere where it doesn't necessarily isn't 100%, but it seems like it is. This one just removes that whole thing with Andresia, where she's like a one-person girl, and so it takes a uniting multiple. Just the legendary qualities and stuff like that. This is just puts another safe in your room at the lodge. Whoa, there's so much stuff. This one, you know, the quest with the his first contact quest. One of the things, if you talk to her after you finish the quest, and she says, and they ask her what you need. So, this restores one of the skills that they took away. This adds a couple of new skills. Gives better rewards. Hope Town Expanded should not be on there. I don't know why it is. I don't want it on there, but it's on there. Man. Okay, you know what? Oh shoot, there's so much. This one. Love this one. It's like Sky UI. And then the clothes. I believe, yeah. All the clothes, and then this changes her face a little bit. Her outfit adds hairs and beards, and this changes the weightlifting skill. So basically, just doubling. And then, see that one? I thought I took off too. So there's a lot of stuff in here that just won't go away. I can't get it off, and I want to take them off. So I'll go in there and remove some of them. This fixes Andresia's walk. I didn't notice it at first until I saw this, and I was like, what in the world is he talking about? And then he went in there, and I started reading, and then all of a sudden I'm playing, and I'm going, her walk is off. What in the world? So I don't know if we in this playthrough we haven't gotten to the point where we have her yet. So we'll see. We'll see if this did anything. All right, let me get out of this. I'm tired of talking about these things. Quick save. And let's see, and try to remember exactly what it is that we're doing. Alright, so we got the ladies here. And I think we have a couple of things. Yeah, so in our process, what we did was we went and we were working through the UC playthrough and the old neighborhood, which is the initial Constellation mission once you get to the lodge, and we were doing them both concurrently together. And so we have the artifact that we got off of Moara, and then once we finish that, we have to run over and meet Adrian at Mast to finish up the Eyewitness portion of the UC quest line. So that's what we'll do. It's been a little bit, so here we are. So this is our girl. She is wearing I don't know what she's wearing. I think she's wearing EIT outfit number one, and then she's wearing one of the EIT vest, a militia hat. As a matter of fact, instead of wondering what she's wearing, we'll see. We'll just go over it real quick. So, she's got the bounty hunter's gloves on, which I'll probably end up swapping out with the Crimson Fleet gloves, and I'll explain it in a minute, and maybe not. I don't know. So, the problem, as you can see, that they are legendary, right? So I got Beast Hunter fastened and Incendiary on there, and then they also automatically come with a 5% increased reload speed. Then we got the Bounty Hunter necklace. It's a medallion right there. That's the Rangers necklace Ranger, right? And then you can see we have a couple of things on there. We just don't have the third to make it, 3 tiers. But you can see it comes with a +10 persuasion. And then we have the Bounty Hunter watch. So this is the Bounty Hunter clothesline. Then we added in boosted, automatic, reactive, and then it comes with a +5 persuasion chance. So now this one, Crimson Fleet, Crim X is Crimson Fleet here, and you can see that's what it would be. It would be this right here, and that comes with a +5 carry. Then we got the bag, right? So we'll just throw a bag on there. That'll be +5. And that doesn't count as the belt, so we can put it on top of the belt that's already there. Then we have this right here. This is the one we have on. It's the canister. And you can see we've loaded this one down, right? +20 carry capacity, -15 damage from alien. Enemy +10 chance to ignite nearby enemies. See, now the glove, the thing is, it doesn't have the legendary part on there, but you can increase the level of the glove. So this is level 1, and you can go to level 2, level 3, level 4, and that would increase the physical resistance, energy resistance, and electromagnetic resistance is on it. So it depends on how you want to go. Then you have the Crimson Fleet jacket, right? You can do the same thing. And then here, you can't do either one. So it's just what it comes with, and then it's cosmetic. So she has the EIT belt, then she has the choker, and then the Oakleys, and then the flex fit is the outfit, right? The pants and the top, and then the vest, right? You can see they have their different things that they provide. And then the militia hat, this is part of the textile skill that you get. It comes with that, and it comes with those other mods that let me mod armor, clothing, and stuff like that, and put the legendaries on there, put the mods on there. So you see, it doesn't have any physical resistance or anything like that, but it comes with 5 +5% persuasion chance. But it lets me put on the anti-ballistic, septic, and the gear. So that's cool. And then this, just 5 extra. It looks cool, and it gives me the extra 5 carry. So when so now my carry is 385 with all the extra stuff added in, and then you can see we have the infiltrator, which I think is just a better version of the operator gear, right? The operator, if you do the reunion quest line, is part of the gear that you get during that quest line, and it looks very clunky, bulky, and everything. While this is streamlined, very sleek, you know, and I like better. So it's like, it's cool to have. So if I am wanting to do some stealth stuff, this is right. And you can see clothing, and then you can see INF 3. So this is level 3, and you can see the physical resistance is increased up to 57, and then energy 31, and electromagnetic 21. So those are resistances. The thermal, airborne, corrosive, and radiation don't change. Real quick here, see the environmental seal. So what this does is it gives me an additional 40 thermal, 40 airborne, 45 radiation, and 20 corrosive. Right now you can see though it does weigh 8 pounds. 108 pounds with mass is 8. Right, and then that basically adds to what this already has. So this one goes 15, 30, 45, 0. So it adds there. Now I like the way this one fits her, right, and how sleek it is. And then I also like the high, physical energy and electromagnetic resistances, right? And then you make this, and it comes when you make it, it makes it as a legendary, and it makes it plus 4 carry, and they automatic. So, but I can go in and take those off and change them out if I want. And when I made it, it made it a Mach 4. So, and this one I made for Sarah. I don't know why I didn't give it to her unless I made it extra. And then you can make these at the industrial workbench. The only thing is you definitely have to have mercury. If you don't have mercury, you can't make it. And then, let me see, we're using this one. I use this one as kind of my shotgun. Yeah, because it comes with the 1-inch punch. So with the 1-inch punch, it totally, and then that's exactly what it does. The rounds fire in shotgun-like spread. And I will say this though, the kickback on it, it does get to be a little, because this is automatic. I don't think it's burst. I think it's just fully automatic. So it does kick on you, and so it does get a little rough to try to shoot or stay on target. But what can you do? And then if I want it, I have that one, and then I have, you see this one's a little tricked out, right? And then I have this one, and you see the normal damage on it, right? It's level 2. This one's a level 2, but with the 1-inch punch, it basically just doubles the amount of damage it does, right? And the thing is, it does this much damage, and then it's got Furious, which each consecutive hit, it's an automatic weapon, right? So it's automatic. Each consecutive hit deals even more damage. It has staggering, so it's a chance to stagger. But then shattering actually adds about 10 to 15 physical damage. I don't know what the percentage is. I think it's a percentage of physical damage, sort of boosted. This one might have been like a 99, and then it boosted it to 113. Or it might have been a 102, and it boosted it. I can't remember exactly, but that's what the shattering does. So most of my weapons, as you can see here, this one also has shattering on it, and Furious, right? They're automatic weapons. So of course, Furious, each consecutive hit is going to do more damage than the first, and then shattering increases the total amount of damage it did anyway. So yeah, I'm going to definitely put those on here. And then this one I picked up recently and I don't use, but I said, hey, let me do this, and then I tricked it out with the titanium so it doesn't weigh so much. And the same with the cutter. Instead of weighing 4 mass, or I think it's 4 mass, it weighs 0.2 with titanium. So yeah. So yeah, there's no reason to have a legendary cutter, but I could do it, so I did it, right? And then this one, it's fully automatic. I'd rather have Now, if I had to choose, it would be burst fire and not instead of full automatic. I find it, I don't even like semi-automatic anymore. It just, it's like, but you can see it only does 86 damage, right? And that's because it's skip shot. I'm sure if I added the shattering one to this one, it would bump it up to 100. And it's level 2, right? So once I'm able to make it a level 3, that'll be real. But you see, I have Hitman too, so it's 15% more damage while aiming, right? So now each consecutive shot deals more damage, 15% more while aiming, and then every 4th shot fires 2. So you get a combination of these, and you throw them on there, and it just totally almost makes it OP at that point, right? And then I know, like, I had a video when I was just doing the run through of the transmission in a bottle, and someone come in and asked me, "So, what mods do you have in your gun to make it work with that?" And I'm like, "Dude, we could be here for an hour." All the stuff that you necessary to make the weapons work the way they do, right? And it's kind of like you just have to, it's like you got to know which ones do the work, but then you really have to keep building up your skills, right? And so that you can actually put these on there and mod them that way, right? And then the other thing too is, is like being able to put the suppressor on, be able to change whether they're fully automatic or burst, and then to be able to put on the, there's certain things that do change up the weapon itself. So yeah, there we go. And then maybe I'll do a video modding some of this stuff to show exactly what I'm doing. Here's that OP box, and you can see I haven't taken anything. But you can see there's the operator suit right there. There's the helmet. And then it gives you the Mark II space suit, right? And there's the operator suit, the helmet, the pack. And then this is the weapon. So this is all that's in that thing there. So it comes with that, but then physical damage on there. And this one. I mean, they're just OP. And then, granted, it'd be great to have these, but look at that, dead target. And then the operative suit, like I said, it's just so funky. The helmet, I hate that helmet. And then, and then this one, look at that, 400 physical, 264. Tons of digipicks, 60, I think the maximum amount credit you can probably put on there. Right? And then ammo. And like I said, I just have it. Alright, so here we go. Let's get to it.
Go ahead. Do the honors.
It fits. Energy spiked a bit, but it's restabilized.
Is there anything new showing up?
No, it's the same as before. There's a massive output as the artifact is added, then it harmonizes. Like it's waiting for the others.
That's speculation, but I think you're right. We need more. Here. You've earned this. Welcome to Constellation. As a full member this time.
Alright, let's see. So let's get her with this.
Honestly, this just makes it more official. Call it right person, right place, right time. But once the artifacts started coming together, you were one of us.
I don't think her face looks any different than before. I'll have to, whenever, I'll be taking that one off. That's the beauty of creations. You can put them on and move them and add them, take them off as you want. Usually, generally, like with regular modding, you put a mod on and then you take it off, and then it can be an issue. So, but like this is the Xbox, so you can't regular mod it. It's just creations. I'm gonna say it's an honor to be a part of this.
We're going to do great things together. All of us. By the way, how would you like to keep traveling together? I'm not sitting behind my desk for this. These artifacts are a new chapter for Constellation, and I'm going to be out there for it. And I want you out there as well. You got results. I need someone like you watching my back.
Like I said, maybe later. Got a few errands to run. I could ask her. Let's do it.
Oh, we'll be working with everyone here at the lodge sooner or later. Constellation is all in on this. Sometimes we'll partner up, sometimes we'll go solo. It's not a formal arrangement. We just came back with good news. We've got momentum. Why not keep going?
Alright. I could say I work better alone, but I'm not.
We've got a few more leads we should talk about. First, there's an expedition that Samco has been putting together. It's in Freestar Collective Space, and he knows it inside and out. There's also the Eye, our star station in orbit. About time for you to meet Vladimir. He's been hard at work tracking down more anomalies. And last but not least, Noel. Have we heard anything from Barrett yet?
A courier from Argos Extractors came by to let us know they're packing up the operation on Vectera. But that's it, no other word.
That's not good. We should get over there and check on Barrett in person.
True story. Now, the thing is, this is where the game really opens up, right? Granted, you could have, in the beginning, just gone off on any tangent once you landed and gave them the artifact, and she says, "Come talk to me." You could just leave and go do whatever, and you can do all the side quests long before you even come back and start this one. I did find, though, if I start the UC's the UC citizenship quest and then come back and try to talk to her and everything, sometimes it gets wonky and you can't do both. Or if you start one and then do another, it may interfere with the deputized quest line for Freestar. So it does get a little tricky. You have to kind of know exactly where you are and what you're doing and what flows into what. Like doing these two, like the UC quest line and this one concurrently, worked just fine. Now, if we had, and then at this point, with the UC citizenship quest line, if we had came back and with the gene tag and the Terramore sample, and then when he gave us the SysDef quest, and we decided to go do the SysDef quest instead of following through, I don't know how things would have turned out right now. I don't know how things
You in deep thought or something?
You see, now, that's how long. See, so they did wait. She did wait. But, yeah. And then, yeah, I know. John, shut up and let's keep talking. Not keep talking, but keep playing. All right. So, let's ask her how she knows there was an artifact like Terra. And you know what would be really cool? Grab Barrett and Lynn at some point. Go back to Kazal. There's a video on my thing, on my channel, where I did go visit Kazal by myself. But it'd be kind of interesting to see if I take those two back there, see if there's any dialogue about that. Yeah, I found Kazal.
You can thank Barrett for that, if he's still around to thank when this is all said and done. Honestly, he took this seriously before any of us. It was at his urging that we started doing deep space scans. I will admit, it was something of a shock to see Barrett taking anything seriously. We maintain a star station in orbit above us. It's where we do all our deep space scanning. Vladimir runs the station. Brilliant astronomer. Years of practical experience.
Alright. What can you tell me?
His mind is always somewhere, but there's no arguing his knack for being in the right place at the wrong time. Oh, too bad he couldn't see the artifacts coming together. But knowing him, he'll be so excited when he gets a look, it won't occur to him that he's missed anything.
Who's there?
Oh, that's right. He wasn't here when you first showed up. He should be back by now. I'll let him handle the introductions. If I steal his thunder, I'll never hear the end of it.
Alright, and then I can ask her, so what do you think I should do first?
It's all important, but if you want a direction, I'd grab Barrett first. He's not just an old friend. He's been all over the settled systems.
Alright. Okay. And then, I'm going to trade
Want to
you
see what
there,
I'm carrying?
because I just want to ensure what she's wearing. Oh, she is wearing that. And she does have the helmet. And the back. Okay, so she's got no stuff. So what do I have an extra? Unless I made it for Andresia. That's a long way off. Okay. Okay.
Time to go?
Yeah, time to go. Alright, because we got some things to do. What's my move right now? Okay, alright. So, if I'm not mistaken, let's get back to this. So we can do any one of these three, right? Go see Vladimir into the unknown. This will start us down the line of getting more artifacts and then eventually our powers. This one is another artifact, and then this one we're picking up Barrett. It doesn't get us another artifact, but it just gets Barrett back to us. But this is the one that we need to finish up, and this one's going to take a bit. So let's go.
Captain! Over here! The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
Okay, so what are we gonna say here? I'm would ask her if there's others left.
I'm the last. A few of my siblings, they passed when we were young. Training accidents and the like. But most of the rest were deployed to the front lines during the Colony War, and they never came back. Not a day goes by where I don't think about what the world would look like with them still in it.
We're gonna ask her, how does that work?
A non-trivial amount of gene editing. Clone, honestly, isn't even really the right term for our relationship, thanks to the amount of donor material that was required to bring me into this world. He and I are different on more than a few levels, but there's no denying the fact we're inextricably linked.
Alright. This one sounds just very weird, in my opinion. This one just seems very callous in a way. So, but then they all three do. I'm more interested in what this has to do with us and the cabinet now.
I'm getting there. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
Okay, so the way this works is, you get to ask a question or two, and then you have to make a deciding comment to move the conversation along. So this is the one I'm probably gonna go with. You're not your father. I can't see that. It's their problem, right? Now, I do want to ask this so she can say it. We know from the Vanguard Hall that we went through with all the exhibits.
He had his men open fire on civilian ships during the Battle of Cheyenne. A battle that he ultimately ended up losing anyway, devastating the UC fleet and bringing the Colony War to an ugly end for the UC. But he's also the one who ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport during their outbreak, condemning countless lives. Both sides agreed the settled systems would be better without him.
Okay, so now, real quick here. I know that I would have done the same in both cases, right? If the planet is overrun with terramorphs, we will bomb that port and keep any of them from getting off, right? The one thing, though, is I would have looked to evacuate as many people as I could first. So we, right here at this point, we don't know. Like we're assuming since he bombed the spaceport, and for them to think it's a bad thing, there had to be people still in that spaceport, right? So it's kind of like, did they have a chance to get off first? Did he give them a chance? Did he blow it up before they decided to get on their ships? So that, now, I'm sorry, but remember, when the thing that turned the tide for the Freestar Collective was that their civilian ships started to kind of get out there with them and kind of use themselves as shields. I'm sorry, if you're gonna jump in front of the soldier, there's one fighter ship, your ship is toast too. You're in combat. You are now in combat. I don't care if you're civilian or not. If you're jumping yourself out there in combat, you're jumping yourself out there in combat, and you're gonna get shot too. So I don't have an issue with that. I think the problem was that he was ordered to stop, and in doing so, that turned the tide, and then it became a massacre of the UC troops at that point and ships. That is the problem. The civilians jumped out. He was ordered to stop. So now the UC ships were sitting ducks. And Freestar did not stop.
I just thought you deserved to know.
You see what I'm saying? So to blame him for that, it's like, who was the idiot that put the civilians in the way in the first place? That person is the one that I'd be annoyed with. Why are you putting civilians in harm's way? So the Freestar, in my opinion, that was despicable. So, but then UC did a whole lot of despicable things. But shooting at ships that decide to jump away, that was their stupidity going south. All right, you're not your father. If the cabinet doesn't see that, it's their problem, not yours.
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
Not long once we put things in motion. So I am going to ask her, let's see, your eyes. They're red.
That's actually a souvenir from my time on Mars. The Red Devils unit I was a part of, they were founded by recruits who'd worked some of Mars' deepest mines. Folks used to adversity. The dust at those depths, it seeps into everything. The human eye included. Where the name Red Devils came from in the first place. It became an unwritten rite of passage that anyone wanting to enlist with the Devils had to do a stint in the mines before they could join up. The Devils were always talked about in such revered tones during my training, so as soon as I was old enough, I signed up. And the eyes were my parting gift.
I would ask her more about her father right now. Any suggestions on what to say to cabinet?
It's hard to know exactly what might sway them. I'd just be honest about what you saw. A colony wiped out, and a lot of lives lost. Something we don't want anyone else to have to experience.
And what are the risks of accessing this data?
Eye strain from the amount of reading I've got on the horizon if we succeed. The Terramorph project never went anywhere. It couldn't. They're deadly creatures, but they aren't xenoweapons. The cabinet not opening the archives is probably a bigger risk than them handing over the files. That data itself isn't dangerous, which probably wouldn't be a bad point for us to bring up, should the opportunity arise.
Okay, so we could break off and do other things if we want, but I'm gonna say don't have any questions, no.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report.
I am.
You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Now, the way I remember it, something has changed because you see where she's looking? She's kind of looking down and away from me. And when I first time through, I remember they did look at you. So I don't know why that's changed or why that doesn't seem right anymore. All right, so we're gonna hit it with We could be that way, but we're just gonna go. Adrian made it clear that addressing this issue required utmost urgency.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
Stop the Terramorphs. Let's see. Now, we're not gonna ask that, and then we're not gonna say that either. So it's one or the other, right? We need the archival data to find a way to stop a possible Terramorph apocalypse, right? That is a little bit, over the top there. We're still trying to figure out what we're facing. We can't make an informed decision without it. That one, I'm going to go with that one just because I think that gives us more stuff between the two.
That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
Aside from trying to kill me? I could go with this one. I only know what I was told. It's tissue match the ones from Londinium, right? This one, I don't even know why it's even there. There's nothing special to report. I'm gonna use this one real quick here.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
Let's see. Now, I'm going to say this one, and then knowingly, I know that I'm going to get a reaction from Sarah as a result, so, but I'm going to say it anyway. I won't say, I don't, because if I'm here and I'm saying I would wait, then why am I here? And then here, if I wouldn't grant the request, then why am I here? I would have told them no back at the what's name instead of coming all this way. I'm going to say this one.
It doesn't matter if it can be weaponized or not. The archives need to remain sealed for now. There's no reason to rush into a decision of this magnitude.
That? I hadn't thought of that, Captain.
An excellent point indeed. The other powers would likely be much more inclined to work with us knowing that. Chief Diplomat.
That point is a good one. Very well, you have my agreement. The galaxy is lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. Attention.
That was the
An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident. Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
Did you do that?
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got.
I'm a tool.
You too. We can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain,
I didn't
I'm right
do that.
behind you. Let's get down
I didn't
there.
do it myself. Sarah was with me.
The EM rifle, grab it!
That's
Now!
it! Now hit him with everything we got!
We're trying to help you! Ah! Scratch one over here!
Lights out on that one!
Alright, did I get them all? Oh, okay. That was easy.
Thank God you got here when you did. I just wish it hadn't come to that.
Yet what the hell happened back there, Captain? There's no excuse for using lethal force here.
I didn't. I could be a butt here. I did. I think Sarah took one out. Because I sure didn't. Unless, I don't know.
Sorry doesn't bring these people back. A crisis isn't licensed to cast aside your morals.
Lock it up.
Understand?
Lock
Now,
it up.
officer, the way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Nope, if somebody come at me, I'm taking them down. You saw that.
I'm not suggesting. It's documented behavior. The result of the projection, though, can vary wildly. Some folks just shrug it off. Others hallucinate. And some lose control altogether. They'll lash out at anyone around them, but still be aware while they're doing it. Those cases, you'll either need to knock them out with EM fire, or free them by killing the Terramorph.
Or killing them. Then they're free.
I honestly was just wondering the same thing. But no, you don't need to worry about me. I've had a Terramorph try it on me before. I'm not susceptible. So we'll just have to make sure to watch out for each other down there. Let's do it.
That's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Let's look back here. Who's dead? Oh my gosh, look. Who killed him? I didn't kill him. So how that turns out changes the dialogue when you come back, if you make it back. Ooh. Should I try this? No. Collateral damage.
My God, no time to waste, Captain! Boots in the dirt!
I'm already gone.
Oh, I've always liked that statue.
Don't yell at me, no time to waste.
Isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
You gotta get over here. Well, see that? Alright, you know what? Let's keep on. Oh, I know! Oh my god! No ammo!
We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Alright, well first things first. You know what? As many times as I've done it, I never really noticed this. I just see no reason not to help myself. It's just there. It's not like these guys are doing it. Or we'll miss it. Stock up.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with Terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us. We're not afraid, but we'll stay here and hold the line if that's what you want. You're the experts. Your call. We're on the line.
Better not touch my ship.
Kill them first.
I'm trying.
Oh God! Here they come!
there. Hold back.
You've lost. You're never gonna win. They always win. Target down. Nice work, Captain.
It's over. Thank God. If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands. I have something I need to discuss with you.
Where'd she go?
Thanks for taking the time to when you pulled it.
You said you had something for me. Alright.
No, I don't think you understand. I know about the visions, the light, and the music. How did you feel inside? What were your thoughts? Oh my goodness. That must have been terrifying. When it comes to the artifacts, it never ceases to amaze me how the science, well, simply fails. Honestly, I wasn't sure how you'd react. Some people would consider what you went through a deeply personal experience.
We can flirt. But I'm just gonna hit her with this one.
Good. We need all the help we can get. The artifacts are so different, so alien. And I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. Quite the mystery. Well, judging from the fact that both you and Barrett claim to have heard music, I've made the leap that the artifact was reaching out. Music composition might not consist of words and sentences, but I'll be damned if that isn't an attempt at language. Agreed. Unfortunately, there's no way that I know of to reply, and believe me, I've been trying to gather data on the damn things for years. Does that really surprise you? A universal mystery left unsolved for God knows how long? Oh, I've been dreaming about solving this puzzle from the beginning. I knew I picked the right person for the job. Look, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to talk, and for keeping an open mind. And I also wanted to say, well, I'm pleased we're on this journey together. It's the best decision I've made in quite a long time.
And here I thought you just had something for me. I didn't know you were asking me questions in the middle of a battlefield. Excuse me. Let's go back here. Poor guy.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place.
Well, I could say just remember who saved your lives. That's all in a day's work, Sergeant. But we are going to be humble. And we're going to say, you all held the line. You're the heroes here, not us.
Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your homes. That is all.
what she has to say.
My partner's all right. He's getting stitched up instead of zipped up, thanks to you.
Okay.
They said you're free to come and go.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
When
Yes,
you see
ma'am.
security loses an officer,
There you are.
I make it my responsibility to
Captain?
call their family.
Hadrian, it would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
You know, except you guys did buy our argument and was about to give us permission to go get the data, so I don't know what the apology is about. But okay. We can't take our gratitude credits, but we're just gonna say okay.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. The Cabinet wants progress, and wants it quickly. You're already far more familiar with the situation than any diplomat would be. There's also no diplomat alive that can claim they helped keep a cadre of Terramorphs off the embassy doorsteps. The Cabinet was unanimous. They want you.
All right, you know, let's see here. We can hold out, or say, but we're gonna go this way.
We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
You can count on me, ma'am.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. We're dismissed.
Those creatures killed innocent citizens. They're not killing anyone.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that day. We're on the cutting edge of technology here. It's an exciting... No chance we'd get anything if it was me going.
No, don't sell yourself short. So that is us. That is where we leave it. We get to go kill a couple of Terramorphs. We are now in the good graces with the President, you know, and the Cabinet. And then now we gotta go learn how to schmooze some diplomats. One from the House Varun, and the other one from the Freestar Collective. So our next stop is right next door there. So we'll call it here, and pick it up next time and see what happens. But as you can see, this is, and just so you know, this is a long play. We're pretty much trying to do everything, and it will take some time. So thank you for anybody that comes in and watches and sticks with us. And I'm having a ball playing with her, so that sounds a little awkward there, but you guys can, you know. And yeah, we'll keep going. We'll see you next time. Later.